Welcome, everyone, to the home of the war chant, Osceola, Renegade, and the Florida State Seminoles, a place simply known to some as the Dope. What a matchup we have today. Momentum has been building each and every week, and now these two undefeated teams will square off. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Rebels will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Florida State's offense is on the field for the first time today. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
Dropping back, it's Parrish. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way. And who wins this one?
The Noles with the 1st and 10. They're bringing heat. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early and often. Here in the first quarter, getting your first sack. Nice job by this defense. They had 4 last week, and it's looking like today it's going to be more of the same.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And he is showing it all and finding ways to pick up yards. He's down to the 28.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles!
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
And this just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays. So him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
from the gun, running back on the move. On the move at the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
One of the things I love about these misdirection-type plays is that you can pull offensive linemen and get extra bodies at the point of attack. So you're setting yourself up with good angles if you execute it properly, David.
He's got it inside the 30. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Rebels! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The offense lining up for a first down play. Going with the ground game left. At the 35, he's got room. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time Florida State.
Trying to beat the D deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand in the ball.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Try to get it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. What a play call there. Jesse, I fully expected them to throw.
You did, Reese. I did. Everybody in this stadium did. You know, the coaching staff did, too. Because of the defense they played, they were not expecting the offense to keep it on the ground, but kudos to them. They got fooled, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
The Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He makes the connection. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. New set of downs after that completion. This time they'll go to the running game. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The Seminoles will move the sticks.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. And the Noles are in the hurry-up. A run for the quarterback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State.
And I love these designed runs, goal-to-go situations. Gotta have it. I know I get an extra blocker with now my quarterback running the football, being decisive, getting downhill, getting in the end zone.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Ole Miss offense defense ready to go back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now on the option. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Looking for a block. It's Hunt. He's got great speed. Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's up to 86 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Catch in the middle, it's Hunt. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. And the Seminoles are rolling down the field. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Complete downfield. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
From the gun, the ground game. At midfield, he's got room. Hit the afterburners, kid. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. To the ground with the back.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They'll leave it with him. He hits that hole. It opened up for him as he gets 6 and all the way out to the 9-yard line.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Tackled, but he has a 1st down. He now has 106 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Buying some time. He'll throw one to his right. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there. And you could tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
Quarterback will audible. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got the back over the middle. Slips, slithers, and jukes his way out to the 26.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Let's see exactly where they mark this, but it looks as if they're going to be a few inches short of the 1st down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Man, 1st half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires and picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Complete to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Quickly complete. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. To the air, it's Parrish. He fires one deep down the right side. Touchdown, Seminoles! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Nebraska is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Tommy Frazier, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 10 to Mississippi State.
Looking to go up top on 1st down.
We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in on the left. Can anyone catch him? Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd.
Nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half, we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. The offense set for a first down play. They'll try the run. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling in the game.
And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Fires to the right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Pressure coming. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him.
The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. He's going to pass on second down. They're trying to get to it. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
He's got it on the right. And he breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Rebels moving quickly to the line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. But a little time, lets it go. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got it! Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn it over. We're already in field goal range.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got his man quickly. At the 40, there he goes. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Going up top on first down. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Florida State. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. You knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
To the air on first down. The throw. Makes the catch. It's Moses. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And the Rebels want to move quickly. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Now they'll run the draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got it on the move. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And he puts through the extra point.
35, Ole Miss 28.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Looking to move it through the air. They've got the screen set up. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. And here comes the offense on second down. Scanning the field, it's Parrish. He's not afraid to go deep. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Knowles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Nebraska is getting smoked, and even though this might seem surprising, I'm not sure folks around that program feel that way. Something's up there in Lincoln. They're trailing by 17 to Mississippi State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They give it to him again. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On second down, he's looking downfield. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. So close to cashing it in for this offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route?
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, it's bigger dreams for this squad. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Rebels will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Fires to the big fella. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Offense set on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
56, Ole Miss, 28.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Roughing the pass. Defense.
I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the back. Running with pace, changing speed, showing the moves. He's down to the 30.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the lone man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. They want that clock to run. Oh, it's out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field.
Wide open, he makes the catch. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. And they're not on the same page there.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here with a big lead in the game, with putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feet, understanding where the holes are in the zone, and understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. Grabs it in the middle. Just what they'd hoped for on third down, as they've got a first at the 32. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here we go. They keep attacking through the air. Working the middle, it's complete.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games. We had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this is...
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought